My dear one, I did not bring you this far only to leave you. I need you to understand something that can change everything. In the courts of eternity, a declaration was made about you that silenced every opposing voice. When people asked about your future or said your name, I got off my throne and spoke 3 words that reverberated through all realms. I only said this: it's mine. Right now, you don't know what those words really mean for you. Music. You don't yet understand how strong that statement is. The spiritual world changes when I claim someone as my own, like when I stand in the courts of eternity and say that a soul belongs to me. No longer are assignments due. Plans are thrown off. Strategies that were worked on for years fall apart in an instant. Their goal was to make you so afraid that you would never follow the path I had set out for you, which was to destroy your courage. He had looked at everything from every angle and thought about every move you might make. He planned defenses for things you haven't even thought of yet. But in all his planning, he made one mistake that killed him. He forgot that you have help in this fight. These words are being spoken to you right now because heaven stepped in to help you. This is not a mistake. There is no chance in this. This is the best kind of divine orchestration. I've been waiting for this exact moment to give you courage, to give your tired soul boldness, and to remind you of truths that life's chaos has made you forget. There is something very important I want you to hear that will change how you deal with problems from now on. I need you to know in your heart that being brave doesn't mean not being afraid. Being brave means trusting me even when you're scared. Being brave means choosing to believe what I say, even though everything you see with your own eyes says it's not possible. That's a lot of weight for you to carry while you try to be strong for everyone else. I saw you quietly fall apart inside. I saw times when you put on a brave face for your family, smiled while talking to friends, and told everyone you were okay when things were really much worse. You're good at hiding your fear. You've successfully pushed it deep into your heart, where you hoped it would stay. My child, fear doesn't stay hidden. It grows when it's dark. It grows without sound. It gets stronger every time you don't bring it outside where I can see it. That's why I had to come to you right away. You have been hiding your fear, but it has been getting worse. It will eat away at the courage you need to fulfill your purpose if you don't do anything about it. But here's something the enemy doesn't want you to know. He has worked hard to keep this truth from you. Fear won't be able to change your fate when you put it in my hands. From heaven, the scary giants you see here look very different. From my throne, the mountains that look like they are in the way are just small problems. The people who are gathering against you have already been defeated, beaten, and taken away from their power. Because you are looking at things through human eyes right now, you can't see it yet. I'm requesting your faith in my divine perspective here. I want you to see your events, music, the way I see them, to understand your struggles the way I understand them, and to face your fears with the confidence that comes from knowing how the story ends before it starts. Now let me tell you about the courage I want you to have. People don't praise this kind of bravery. It's not careless bravery to ignore danger or stupid boldness to jump into situations without thinking them through. The courage I give you is stronger, more profound, and will change your life in a huge way. It takes guts to trust me when you can't see what's coming next. It's having the guts to follow my voice, even when my instructions don't make sense to you. It's the strength to rest in my presence when everything around you tells you to freak out. It's impossible to have this much courage. Your positive thinking or self-help techniques won't help you make it happen. It can only happen if you meet me, if you get a revelation of who I really am, if you get to know my character and my commitment to you very well. I want to talk to you about a moment I will never forget, even though I don't live in time and remember everything forever. Joshua was on the edge of a promise that looked like it would be impossible to keep. In front of him were 40 years of wandering, decades of waiting, and a generation of people who had seen miracles but still had trouble believing. In front of him was a land full of giants, cities with strong walls, and armies that had never lost. People who looked up to him were looking for answers he didn't have, strength he didn't feel, and courage he couldn't find in himself. Even though I was under a lot of stress, I told him the same things I'm telling you now. Keep your cool and be brave. Don't be scared. Please don't give up, because I, the Lord your God, am with you all the time. Do you get what I told Joshua? Do you understand how important what I said was in those simple words? I wasn't giving him a speech to get him going. I wasn't just saying nice things to encourage you. When I promised him something, it was backed by the fact that I will always be there for him. There was a lot of danger around him, and when I told him not to be afraid, I meant it. Big guys really did exist. The cities with walls were real. The armies of the enemy were real. I told him, though, that there was something even more real there. I was telling him that my presence would be stronger than any enemy he would face. I told him that the same God who split the Red Sea, made water fall from rocks, and made bread fall from the sky, would fight with him in every battle. I'm going to keep this promise to you right now. Your situation is serious, your fears are real, and the problems you face are real. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be strong and brave. Remember that I am with you and will help you stay strong. Take a moment to let that truth sink in. Write Amen in the comments below if you believe this promise and want to stand with me in that courage. It should be your bold act of faith, a sign that you know you're not in this battle by yourself. Please get this. Every seed you plant in this mission helps us follow Jesus' command to reach all the world. By buying me a coffee through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you help spread the gospel to people who might never set foot in a church. This isn't about having a platform. This is to honor the name of Jesus and reach out to hearts that are looking for answers, but are quiet. Matthew 28:19 in the Gospel tells us that Jesus wants us to go and make disciples. You help that command go on when you give. Your kindness gives someone who is struggling with hope. It turns into truth for someone who is confused. It turns into light in real darkness. Gospel of Luke 6:38 says, "Give, and it will be given to you." This is not a threat. It is a promise. God moves in ways you can't see when you let go of what you're holding on to. If this message moved you, have faith and answer it. Get a coffee. Plant a seed. Take part in what God is doing right now. You should be brave and strong because the one who made the universe wants you to win. As long as you follow my will, No weapon that is made against you can work. So be strong and brave. You are not strong enough to be brave on your own. It's mine. It doesn't matter what skills you have. I want you to walk with confidence. It depends on how loyal I am. You don't have to figure out how to win fights. You should only trust the person who has already won them over. This is where trust turns into a choice. Write, "I trust God's plan" in the comments if you want to let go of your worries and give me your battles. As you type those words, let them change the way you live. You're not feeling this way by chance. It's an invitation to be a part of something that will last forever. It's more than kind to support this mission through Buy Me a Coffee, a link in the description, and a pinned comment. It stands with the work of sharing the gospel with people who are still looking for the truth. Letter to the Romans 1:16 says that the gospel is the power of God to save people. That power reaches another life every time you buy a coffee. You help someone reach a turning point. You help someone make a big step forward. You do something for heaven on earth. Epistle to the Galatians 6:7 says that we will get back what we put in. When you put money into God's work, you put yourself in a position to receive His provision. Do something brave if you think lives can be changed. Buy a coffee today to help this mission reach more people. I know you want to know more. Yes, I know that some things about your case don't make sense. That seem to go against what I said I would do. Things that seem to show that I've forgotten about you. Let me answer those doubts right away, because I don't want anything to get in the way of the courage I'm giving you. First, I want to make something very clear. I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't forgotten about your needs. I haven't moved on to people who seem more important or should get more attention. I think about you all the time, every day. I have written your name on the backs of my hands. I can always see your face. I'm always aware of what's going on with you. I am closer than your next breath when you think no one sees your struggle and you feel the most alone. The delays you've been experiencing are not proof that I am not here. They show how smart I am. I understand how hard it is to wait. I know that fighting for a long time can make you lose your courage and wonder if you'll ever be able to win. But please understand that my timing isn't a mistake. I'm not behind schedule. I'm not slow. It's clear to me. I plan ahead. I'm following a plan that takes into account things you can't see, coordinates details you can't imagine, and sets up events you aren't aware of. My plans for your victory are being carefully thought out, put together, and made with love. It wouldn't be the blessing I meant if I gave it to you before the right time. It wouldn't be whole. It would be too soon. It wouldn't have the depth and richness that come from waiting for the right time. I also want to talk about the worry you have about your family. I've seen how much you worry about them and fret about whether you're doing enough to keep them safe. Give them what they need and get them ready for the difficulties they will face. Being responsible for something has turned into a source of stress instead of a call to trust. Let me take that weight off your shoulders. There are other people who care for your family besides you. I will look out for them. They are covered by what I promised. They feel like I'm all around them. The same God who watches over you also watches over them with the same care, devotion, and attention. You don't need to be strong to carry the weight of their future. You were never supposed to. When I put your family in your life, I didn't leave them up to your weakness. I didn't just hand them over to you and leave you to figure out problems you can't solve. These people were put in your life as a gift, a blessing, and a chance for you to see how faithful I am. I'm welcome to come help them with anything they need. Every problem they have is a chance for me to show how powerful I am. Every lack they feel is a way for my provision to get in. You don't need to be scared of them. You don't have to wear yourself out trying to save them. They have already been saved. I am much better at keeping them safe than you could ever be. I want to tell you how I see your family. I can see the specific reason I put each of them on this earth. I see the gifts I've put inside them, the callings I've set up for them, and the lives I'm shaping them to live. I see the problems they're having as chances to grow. I see their struggles as ways for them to get stronger. I see their fears as chances for me to find peace. Their lives are not random or happen by chance in any way. A beautiful tapestry of grace is being made out of every little thing. My child, you get to be a part of that carpet. You can see me keep promises that have been made for decades and work my way through the generations. Music. As I show that I will always be loyal to your kids and their kids. What I promised you doesn't depend on how the economy is doing. It is not limited by the job market or by changes in the economy. I have a lot of resources. My supply will never run out. I can give you more than you could ever ask for or imagine. I know that money has been a worry for you. I know that you have done a lot of math to try to figure out how the numbers could work. You must have felt the stress of having too many bills and financial obligations that you thought you could not handle. But pay attention to this. I'm your source, not your job, not your money. It's not your money, not your plans for making money. I'm the one who gives them. And I've always been able to meet my kids' needs. Take a look at how I took care of the Israelites in the desert. People walked through a desert for 40 years, but nothing grew there, and there was no food to be found. For 40 years, it rained bread down every day. There was enough every single day, without fail, without interruption, and without delay. They didn't get tired of their shoes. Their clothes didn't get worn out. With supernatural consistency, their needs were met. You think I can't take care of you. You think that your situation is too complicated for me to help you with. You believe that the problems you're having are too big for me to handle. My child, if I can feed 1 million people in the middle of nowhere, I can take care of you and your family right now. I want you to stop trying so hard. Stop the crazy things you're doing because you're scared. Stop trying to solve all of your problems by being smart and strong on your own. I'd like to invite you to a place of rest. A peace that goes beyond understanding. Having faith that comes from knowing that the creator of the universe is involved in your life. Music. This break is not being lazy. Not taking responsibility is not what it means. It's not an excuse not to do the work I asked you to do. Trust is shown by this rest. You have to choose to believe that I am working, even though you can't see it. It's choosing to stay calm, even when things make you think panicking would be a better response. Picture a kid sitting in their parents' arms. The kid doesn't worry about where he or she will get food next. There is no stress in the child's life about the electric or mortgage bills. If the child is awake, They are not making plans for how to solve adult problems. The child just lies down and trusts that the person holding them will take care of everything. This is the kind of rest I want you to have. Not someone who has no problems, but someone who knows that their father is bigger than all of their problems. You should have the peace of someone whose life is not easy, but of someone whose life is in good hands. I know that taking a break can feel dangerous when there is a lot at stake. I know that after being hurt, letting go of control can feel risky. Your self-protective patterns, the walls you've built around your heart, and the constant watchfulness you keep up were all formed out of real pain. When you trusted someone, you became weak. So you learned to protect yourself. You learned to stay alert because letting down your guard meant disappointment. Because relying on other people led to betrayal, you learned to depend on yourself. I don't think less of the things that happened to you that taught you these lessons. I can see them. I get it. But I want you to trust me in a way that you haven't trusted anyone else before. I'm not a person who will let you down. I am not the type of person who doesn't keep their word. I'm not the kind of friend who leaves you when things get tough. God has never broken a promise in all of history. I am eternal, don't change, and am faithful. Each and everything I said has come true. I have kept all of the promises I have made. All of the promises I have made have been kept. It's safe to trust me, because I'm not like the people who have let you down in the past. That's right. I'm going to talk about your fears. I know what it's like to be afraid that you're not good enough. I know what it's like to hear that voice that says, everyone would be better off without you. When you're anxious, you might stay up all night thinking about the worst things that could happen, and picturing disasters that haven't even happened yet. My child, these fears are not real. These things are weapons your enemy has made to keep you from moving or getting brave. But I have given you power over all lies. I have given you weapons that will destroy all strongholds of fear. You don't have to believe these thoughts are true. You don't have to let them stay in your mind. You can say no to them in my name and say yes to my promises instead. Because I live inside you, you are enough. In reality, your presence is important because I put you there for a reason. The truth is that the future I've planned for you is good and full of hope. It's meant to help you, not hurt you. These aren't just words of comfort meant to make you feel better. These are statements about reality, made by the one who makes reality. The moment I speak, things happen. I'm not wishing for something when I say something over your life. I'm giving you creative power that will shape your future. I want to talk to you about the fights you're in. I know it seems like you're fighting on many fronts. You may feel like you have to deal with new problems before you can finish the ones you already have. I know that the constant fighting has worn you down and made you wonder how much longer you can keep going. But I want you to understand something. You are not given every battle you are fighting. You are fighting some wars that are just distractions. The enemy wants you to be so busy defending old ground that you never move forward into new territory. Some of the fights you're putting so much effort into were never meant to be yours. You are free to lay down the battles I didn't make you fight. You don't have to fight the fights that were never yours. Don't always defend yourself when someone says something bad about you. You don't have to answer every attack. You don't have to show everyone who doubts you that you're right. You have to fight some battles to win them. Some people can be won over by leaving. Spending time with me, learning to hear my voice, and developing discernment through a relationship with me are all things that will help you know the difference. Do not feel the need to fight for your own approval when you know that I love you. You don't have to prove anything to anyone once you know who you are in me. The battles I gave you are the ones that will show off my glory. For these are the battles where your bravery will matter, your loyalty will lead to progress, and your persistence will win. In these battles, I already know how they will end. There is no doubt that they will win. The victory is certain. The takeover is done before you even start fighting. There is no question that you will win this fight. I already won, so why are you fighting? And I'd like to invite you to join us in celebrating that win. This truth should change how you deal with every problem. You are not fighting without knowing what will happen. You are fighting from a place where you know you will win. I will show you what courage looks like when it comes from trust. It looks like a shepherd boy with just a sling and 5 smooth stones is walking toward a giant. The picture looks like 3 young men were thrown into a furnace because they wouldn't bow down to an idol. It looks like a teen girl saying yes to a message from an angel that would change her life. It looks like fishermen dropped their nets and followed a rabbi they had just met. In the garden, it looks like a man praying while sweating drops of blood. He chooses to say, "Not my will, but yours be done." The world doesn't understand courage that comes from trust. It doesn't make sense. It goes against common sense. It does, however, use supernatural power to make the impossible possible. This is the courage I am setting you free of right now. Not bravery in humans, which depends on good luck. God-given courage that stays strong no matter what. Not natural bravery that needs proof that can be seen. Extraordinary bravery that believes even when it can't see. Not confidence in your abilities on earth. Heavenly trust in me because of who I am and how committed I am to you. As you read these words, this courage is being stirred up in your spirit. As you let my voice into your heart, music is being put into your soul. This thing is coming into your life because you choose to believe what I say. I know there were times when your bravery didn't work. I know that there were times when you were scared. There were times you backed down when you should have stood tall, didn't say anything when you should have, or moved back when you should have. These mistakes don't make you who you are. They don't get you kicked out. They don't decide what will happen to you. Peter turned me down 3 times, but I still put him in charge of my church. I still sent Moses to save my people even though he ran away from his calling and hid for 40 years. It should have been the end of David's legacy, but I still called him a man after my own heart. I still have plans for you, even though you failed in the past. My plans for your life have not changed. Right now, I'm giving you new courage for this new season. It's not used from previous battles or borrowed from previous wins. It's fresh courage for fresh problems. Certain kinds of courage for certain jobs, built to fit courage for the exact situations you'll face. This bravery has my blessing on it. It is backed up by my power. It runs on my strength. It's my honor for you to walk with this much courage. You speak with delegated authority when you have this much courage. When you show this much courage, you carry my will out into the world. I want you to know something else about courage. Music. It spreads so easily. Walking in divine courage makes other people want to be brave too. People watch you and are inspired to be strong in their own battles when you stand firm when people are against you. People around you will be able to make the same choice when you choose faith over fear. Your bravery helps more than just you. It's for your family. It's for your neighborhood. For the people I'll put you in touch with in the season to come. You are being given the tools you need to be brave, to show faith in a world that is paralyzed by fear. Think about how the bravery of one person can affect other people. Picture how history would have been different if some people had chosen fear over faith. What if Noah was scared and didn't build the ark? What if Abraham was scared to leave his home country? Could it have been that Moses was too scared to talk to Pharaoh? What if Esther had been scared to talk to the king? What if Mary was scared to say yes? These people were brave enough to change the course of history. That's what your bravery can do. The choices you make in your current battles could affect people who will never meet you. You don't have to find courage in your own strength. I'd like to share my courage with you. You are welcome to draw from a well that never runs dry. Come to me every time fear starts to creep in, doubt starts to speak, or anxiety seems like it might take over. Quickly come. Do not be shy. Come with hope. I will be there for you when you are weak and make you strong. I will meet you where you are scared and fill you with peace. I will be there for you when you doubt and fill you with faith. Things that happen to you were never meant to be done by yourself. You were made to work with me as a partner. If messages like this make you more sure of your faith and my promises, you might want to subscribe to this channel. When you subscribe, you make a way for these readings from the prophets to keep reaching you. A lot of people think it helps them hear the words God puts in front of them, right when they need them. You can rest even when you're in battle. Let me tell you about it. It might sound like this doesn't make sense. How can someone fight and rest at the same time? There is a war going on, so how can there be peace? To find the answer, you need to know whose battle this really is. There is no rest when you try to fight on your own. It's impossible to have peace when you try to win by your own means. Things change, though, when you realize that the battle is mine. It's not your job to win the war. Your job is to obey me and watch me fight for you. That's not your job to figure out every answer. You should trust the person who knows everything and just do what I tell you. That's why I keep telling you to take a break. Not because there is no battle, but because we know what will happen. Not because the enemy isn't dangerous, but because I'm stronger than all of them. Not because what's going on isn't serious, but because I recognize how bad things are for you, and am working hard to help you. My last point is not an escape from reality. It means recognizing a bigger picture. It's knowing that there is an invisible God at work behind the scenes, doing things that can't be stopped. This rest will be easier to understand if you see it. Imagine a little kid sitting on their dad's shoulders as he walks through a busy market. From the child's point of view, there's nothing to be scared of. The crowds that could be too much for someone on the ground are far below and can't hurt them. The child can see farther than anyone on the ground because their father is strong enough to lift them up. The kid doesn't have to fight his way through the crowd. The father walks everywhere. The child just enjoys the ride while being held securely by strong arms and shoulders. This is the rest I'm giving you. Not the rest of someone who doesn't have a journey ahead of them, but the rest of someone who is being carried along. Your family is part of this rest. Your kids aren't dealing with their problems by themselves, and you're not dealing with yours by yourself either. The same God that holds you is also holding them. The same hands that keep you safe with music also keep those hands safe. The same eyes that are on you are also on them. You don't have to be their only safety net. I'm in charge of that role. You get to be their earthly parent, pointing them in the direction of their heavenly Father, teaching them to trust the one who never lets them down, and demonstrating what it's like to relax in divine provision. I can see the hopes you have for your kids. You have said prayers over their lives, which I can see. I can see the things you hope will happen for them. I have something to say that will make you feel better. I have even bigger hopes for them than you do. What I have planned for them is better than anything you could think of. Your love for them as parents is stronger than my desire for them to do well. Your love for them is real and strong, like a person. Don't. I love them with a love from God that knows no end. Your prayers for them are being heard. They come to my throne and make me want to do something for them. The problems your family is having are not by chance. These things don't show that I've left you or that my protection has failed. I sometimes let struggles happen because they make me stronger. I sometimes let challenges happen because they help me grow as a person. When things get hard, I let them because they help your family get ready for a future that will require endurance. I'm not a God who says life will be easy. I am a God who gives people happy lives. And hard times are an important part of meaningful lives because they build depth and strength that easy lives could never do. I know you want to keep your family from hurting. I respect that instinct because it comes from love. But you have to believe me when I say that I know what they really need. Allowing them to face problems while I walk with them through them is sometimes the best way for me to protect them. Sometimes the best thing I can do is not get rid of the problem, but make them stronger so they can get past it. As a parent, it's not your job to make everything easy. Your job is to show them that I can handle any problem. It's not your job to fix all of their issues. It's your job to lead them to the person who can help them with anything. I want to talk about provision again, because I know that fear has taken over too much of your life in this area. I know how worried you are about money, that number that keeps you up at night, I know. That kind of math that just won't add up, no matter how many times you try. But I know something else that you don't. I know what I'm going to do. I know that the answer is already on its way. I know which doors I'm going to open. I'm aware of the links I'm about to make. I'm aware of the chances I'm about to miss. From where I stand, something that seems impossible to you seems very possible to me. Do you remember Zarephath's wife? A handful of flour and a little oil were all she had left. She was making one last meal for herself and her son before they were going to die. It seemed like it was over from the outside. There was no hope according to everything. It seemed like death was a given. But I sent my prophet to her, and I gave her more than she could have imagined. There was still flour left. The oil did not break down. There was always enough, every day and every meal. Not too much, not a treat, but enough. Faithful, steady and reliable provision that got her through the whole famine. I promised to do this, but it doesn't mean you'll always get what you want. You will always have what you need, though. Not that you will get rich in the normal sense of the word, but that you will always have what you need. It's not like all financial problems will go away right away, but that you will be strong through every time of stress. My offer isn't always very dramatic. It sometimes comes in small, steady amounts that need to be trusted every day. But it always does. It has always worked. It will work for you. Let's talk about something more important that has to do with your money. It's not just about money that's making you stressed. It has to do with power. You feel like your life is out of control when you don't have enough money. You feel exposed and vulnerable when you can't tell where your food will come from. That's why having money problems hurts you so much. They have more to do with you than your money. They make you feel safe, strong, and like you want to take care of the people who depend on you. But you need to understand this. It was never meant for you to be in charge. Control was never really there. My job has always been to make you feel safe, not the numbers on a statement. When you really understand this, problems with money won't bother you as much. They stop being crises and start being problems. Instead of being reasons to panic, they become chances to show how faithful I am. They stop being signs that something is wrong and start being invitations to trust. I'm not telling you to be careless with your money. Please hold your worries about money in your hands and give them to me. Trust me to take care of them, and don't let worry take away your peace. Being a good steward and striving hard are not the same thing. One loves me, the other person taunts me. I want to tell you about something that happens in the spirit world. When you let go of your worries about money and trust me to take care of you, when you choose peace, even when the numbers don't make sense, something changes in the heavens. It's over for the enemy. His accusations don't hold water. He can't make you feel bad by giving you anxiety anymore. You feel more than just emotional relief when you're at peace. It is a spiritual win. It tells every power and authority that your safety does not come from things on earth. Your safety comes from the eternal God who can't be moved. I'm now going to talk to you about the struggles. That's what you want to know. Why is this so hard? Why have the fights been so fierce? Why does it seem like something stops you every time you move forward? That's a real question. They don't bother me either. I like that you are honest. Feel free to ask me questions. Yes, I'm big enough to hold your anger and confusion. Part of the answer is here. You may not fully understand it yet, but the importance of your assignment is linked to how hard your battle is. When someone isn't a threat to his kingdom, the enemy doesn't waste time attacking them. He goes after people whose obedience will lead to a breakthrough. Others will be inspired by their loyalty. They are the brave ones who will shake his foundations. Being pushed back against is not proof that something is wrong. It shows that you are important. People are after you because your life has meaning. People are against you because your destiny threatens darkness. There's more, though. The hard times you've been through have also made you stronger in ways that comfort could never do. They are learning to keep going. They are becoming better people. They are building a level of faith that can only be reached by being tested. This season will change you, and you won't be the same person when it's over. You'll be stronger. You'll know more. You will care more about people who are having a hard time. People you've never met will be encouraged by the stories you carry. You will have the power to speak into situations you haven't been in yet. Your hard work is not in vain. You are putting money into a future you can't see yet. I understand that this doesn't ease the pain. Understanding why people suffer doesn't make the suffering go away. But I want you to see things in a deeper way. I want you to know that what you are going through has a purpose. I want you to believe that your pain is making something eternal, even if all you feel right now is pain. In my kingdom, nothing goes to waste. Every tear is important. Every struggle serves a purpose. Every battle gets you ready for a bigger one. Let me tell you exactly what to do in the days to come. Say my name when you feel scared. When doubt creeps in, say my promises out loud. If you feel anxious, take a deep breath, music, and remember that I am with you. These formulas are not magic. There is a spiritual link between you and my power and presence. The enemy wants you to be on your own when everything goes wrong. Forget about me. He wants you to, and to try to handle everything on your own. You beat his plan every time you look at me instead. You win a battle every time you pick faith over fear. I'm also telling you to take a break, not just mentally, but also physically. Your body is tired from carrying things you weren't meant to carry. Your mind is tired from trying to figure out things that should be my job. You're feeling down because you're always on guard, trying to keep yourself and your family safe from all possible harm. I give you permission to let go of those issues. You don't have to feel bad about going to sleep. You can take care of yourself without feeling selfish because I say so. If the cup is empty, you can't pour from it. You can't give something to someone else that you don't have yourself. I planned for your life to have a rhythm, but you have been living outside of that rhythm. Do work and take a break. Both moving and being still. Giving and getting. Music. You haven't had any time to rest or work. Everything moving and nothing still. Giving and not getting at all. This imbalance can't go on for long. It's not good for you. It's not something I made for you. I want you to get back into rhythm. I want you to trust me enough to take a break. Please trust that if you take a moment, nothing bad will happen. I want to give you a sneak peek at the future I have in store for you. Not to tell you everything, but to give you hope for what's to come. You are only in this season for a short time. Things that are hard for you won't last forever. There will soon be a breakthrough that will be worth the wait. The battles will be worth it because there are wins on the way. There's happiness coming your way that'll make up for the pain you've been through. You're not stuck. We haven't forgotten about you. You are not left alone. You are getting ready for something bigger than you think. Your family is doing well in the future I've planned. They have been blessed by the prayers you said over them. The problems they've had have made them strong and characterful. They are no longer afraid of the things that used to scare them. They are walking in the right direction. They are doing what they were called to do. They are making a difference that shows how great I am. You'll see it. You will see what your faithfulness has led to. Seeing your kids and the kids of your kids' kids walking with me will make you happy. There is plenty of food and drink in the future I have planned. Not just enough to get by, but also enough to share. Not only resources to meet your own needs, but also resources to help other people. Not just security in your finances, but also freedom that lets you give without fear. This is not a dream. It comes naturally when you walk in obedience, are faithful with little, and trust me when things are hard. I reward being loyal. I value trust. I make more of what is given to me. You will live in peace in the future I've planned. Not because all the problems are gone. Not because of problems, but because you have learned to rest in me. It's not because things are easy now. Although you have learned that my grace is enough for any problem. It's not because you know all the answers, but because you believe the person who knows everything. This peace doesn't depend on what's going on. It has to do with relationships. It's the result of years of learning to trust, times when faith won out over fear, and many times when I turned to me instead of freaking out. Keep this picture in your mind, not as a strict timetable, but as a promise that I will be true to you. I'm living in a bright future. The path is safe because I'm showing it the way. Because I decide what happens, the outcome is good. It's not your job to figure out every step that leads there. You need to trust me one day at a time, one step at a time, and one choice at a time. I'll show you the way. Now I'm going to speak courage over you, not as a command you have to push yourself to follow, but as a gift you can gladly accept. Right now, I'm giving your spirit courage. I am filling your soul with courage. I'm letting go of faith that gets rid of fear. You don't need to work for this. It's just sent to you. Let your heart open. Take the courage I am giving you. Music should go deep into your being, past the surface of your thoughts and into the core of who you are. This courage will appear in practical ways. You will have to make a choice that used to scare you to death, and you will feel a strange calm. You will face opposition that used to make you run away, and you will feel braver than you thought possible. You will feel very calm when you walk into a conversation that used to make your stomach hurt. This is my courage making you brave. Keep an eye out for it. Prepare for it. When you see it, thank me for it. There may still be fear. Being brave doesn't get rid of fear. You can move forward even though you're scared. It will still be hard sometimes. Being brave does not make problems go away. It makes you strong to deal with them. You may still feel like giving up at times. There are times when the battle seems too hard to handle, and giving up seems like the easier choice. Courage doesn't act like these music moments don't exist. It helps you decide to keep going. Remember these words when those times come up. Don't forget what I promised. Do not forget that I am with you all the time. Don't forget that I am in charge of the battle, and that I have already won. Remember that my loyalty will protect your family and make sure you have what you need. Keep in mind that struggles make you stronger and problems shape your character. Don't forget that the future I planned for you is good. Don't forget that you have help. Don't forget that you are never by yourself. Don't forget that you'll never be by yourself. I'm giving you courage, my beloved child. But it's not just for you. It's for everyone whose life you will change. For family members who will be moved by your faith. It's for friends who will find comfort in your story. For people you don't know who will hear your story and get hope for their own problems. It is for future generations who will carry on the faith you are building. Your bravery is important. Your faith is important. It means a lot to me that you chose to trust me even though you were scared. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of the fights you've had, even the ones you think you lost. I'm proud of the faith you've shown, even when it seemed small. I am proud of the prayers you have said, even when you didn't think anyone was hearing you. I am grateful that you have trusted me, even when things made it hard to do so. You have not always been good, but you have been true, and I value loyalty. When you are faithful, I reward you. When I look at your life, I see faithfulness. Take my courage with you as you go forward from here. Bring it up in every conversation and choice you make about music. Take it with you into every chance and every challenge. Take it with you to work, home, and with your family. It should affect how you think, what you say, and what you do. After hearing these words, you're not the same person you were before. There's a difference. There's a difference. You have been planted with something that will bear fruit for many years. My child, I am with you. I stand with you. So I'll fight for you even if you can't see it. Even though things seem to be going against me, I am working everything out for your good. I stick by you. You can trust me. I'm the same today, tomorrow, and always. Have faith in me, and you will never be let down. Rest in my love, and your soul will find peace. Trust me to give you what you need, and you will never be without it. You will get through anything that stands in your way if you walk in my courage. The God who fights for you is much stronger than the giants in front of you. From above, the mountains that are in your way look like small hills. My power has already beaten the enemies that are after you. When you see my light, the fears that are bothering you lose their power. Through my love for you, you are more than a conqueror. There is no weapon that can work against you. Plans made by the enemy will not work against the plans I have made for you. It's safe for you. You are taken care of. You are in a good position to win. My child, be strong. Have courage. There shouldn't be any trouble or fear in your heart. You are going with the Lord your God. He'll always be with you. He will never leave you. This is not just an old book that was written a long time ago. I promise you this right now. Take it. Trust it. Use it to build your life. You can depend on it more than the ground you walk on, even more certain than the sun rising, more stable than the mountains that don't seem to move. I love you more than anything else. I knew you before you were made. I got good things ready for you before you took your first breath. Before each day of your life started, I wrote it down in my book. You're not a mistake. You're not a mistake. You are on purpose. You have been picked. You are worth more than anything else. You haven't done anything that makes me less interested in you. Nothing you didn't do has made my love for you less strong. You are completely accepted and forgiven, and you will always be safe in my arms. Music. Let me talk about something that's been bothering you. There are people in your life who have hurt you deeply. There were people who should have helped you, but instead caused you pain and confusion. Careless words, broken promises, and trust that was broken have left wounds. These hurts from past relationships have changed how you do everything, even your relationship with me. You think I will let you down because other people have let you down before. You expect to be left alone because others have left you before. Being turned down has happened a lot in your story, so you get ready for it again. I'm not like the people who hurt you, though. I'm not able to fail at the things that those relationships did. I keep the promises I make. I always do what I say I'm going to do. Nothing in heaven or on earth can keep you from me when I say I will be with you. The way you learned to deal with relationships through pain doesn't work for me. You are being asked to let me show you how faithful I am. I want you to take down the walls around your heart. If that makes you feel too weak, don't do it all at once, but slowly, one brick at a time, so you can see how consistent I am. You can get better from the hurts in your relationships. You don't have to act like the pain never happened. I don't want you to downplay what was done to you. I'm willing to walk with you through healing that turns those wounds into wisdom and kindness. The bad people who did this might never say sorry. They might never say sorry. They might not change. But their response doesn't change how you heal. Your healing will depend on how willing you are to let me into the places that hurt, to show me the wounds you've been hiding, to tell me parts of your story that you have never told anyone else. I can see how you keep yourself safe in groups. I can see how you hold back a part of yourself, never committing fully and always getting ready to be let down. This need to protect oneself makes sense. After what you've been through, it makes sense. However, it is also stopping you from making the deep connection your soul wants. You were made for closeness, in order to know and be known, to freely give and receive love. The walls you have up to keep pain out are also keeping you from having the full relationship I wanted you to have. I want to teach you how to trust again, not without care. No, not stupidly, not ignoring the signs, but honestly and wisely, following my spirit. I want to teach you how to see the people I put in your path, the people who are safe, the people you can trust, the people who will be there for you through hard times and not leave you when things get tough. There are these people. I have been getting them ready to connect with you, but you might miss them if you close your heart out of fear. Also, let me talk about the purpose I have given you. The world needs you to do something that only you can do, a task that has your name on it. This purpose has been making you feel shaky. Sometimes very clearly, sometimes it's just a quiet thought that there must be more to life than what you're going through right now. That's right. There's more. It's not pride to feel like you were made for something important. This is proof of the calling I gave you before you were born. This goal is linked to the courage I'm giving you. To follow your calling, you will need to be brave. Because you have to get past your comfort zone, to take risks that don't make sense, to put your faith in me in ways that are hard. You won't be able to reach your goal from a safe place. It will be complete when you follow me into new territory. As you follow directions that don't make sense to your normal mind, as you say yes to chances that seem too big for you to handle. But make sure you understand this. I never ask you to do something without giving you the tools you need to do it. When I give a purpose, it always comes with the means to make it happen. You've been waiting for the right time to follow your calling. You have to wait until you're ready, waiting for things to get better, waiting for the path to become clear and the obstacles to go away. The right time, on the other hand, is not based on your readiness or the conditions outside. My voice tells you when the right time is. It's time to go when I say so. It's time to talk when I say so. It's time to step out in faith when I say that. Even if you don't feel ready, even though you feel unprepared, that's not a reason to put things off. This is a call for you to rely on me instead of your own strength. I'm going to tell you about someone who got it. When I told him he was a great warrior, a man named Gideon was hiding from his enemies. From his point of view, that description didn't make sense. His family was the weakest in the smallest tribe. He was in a wine press to avoid being seen by the Midianites. No one would have called him a mighty warrior. And I wasn't telling you who he was at that time. As he walked in obedience to my calling, I told him who he would become. Something seemed totally wrong of me when I sent Gideon to fight the Midianites. His army dropped from 32,000 to 300 people because of me. From a human point of view, this seemed impossible. How could 300 beat an army that took over the valley like locusts? But I taught Gideon, and I'm teaching you, that where you stand in the battle doesn't matter. Victory depends on me being there. I trimmed down the army so that when we won, it would be clear who should get the credit. I took away all human explanations so that no one could deny my power. This is how I work most of the time. I take away your resources to force you to depend on me. I take away your other plans so that I'm the only one you have left. I take away the things you depend on so you can learn to rely on me alone. It may feel scary while you are going through this process. It might make you feel like you've lost something. It might feel like being left behind. You might even feel like I'm setting you up to fail. But the truth is that I'm getting you ready for such a huge victory that you will never doubt my loyalty again. The victory Gideon had with 300 men changed the way he saw everything altogether. He went from running away in fear to leading a country. He used to think he was weak, but when I was with him, he saw that he was strong. You can go through the same transformation. You don't have to live with the fears that once defined you forever. You don't have to let the limits you agreed to shape your future. You change when you join me in bravery and faith. You become the person God made you to be. I want to talk about the things you need courage for right now. You have been putting off a conversation. There are words that need to be said. There is truth that needs to be told. You put it off because you're afraid of what people will think. It scares you to fight. You're afraid of what will happen if you finally say what needs to be said. But staying away from things won't protect you. It's just making things take longer. Part of what I'm giving you now is the courage to have that talk. Not a careless fight that destroys, but brave truth that heals. You have been putting off making a choice that's waiting for you to make it. You have been gathering details, seeking opinions, and waiting for things to become clearer. But delay starts to be a problem after a while. You have enough information to move forward at some point. Part of what I'm giving you is the courage to make that choice and trust me with the outcome. not careless or rash behavior, but action based on faith that doesn't let fear stop them from making the right choice. You've been hiding a dream you've been afraid to go after, a goal that seems too far away and too big to be possible. If you say it out loud, it will become real, so you have kept it inside your heart, and making it happen would leave the door open to failure. Part of what I am letting go of in you is the courage to go after that dream. Not unrealistic make-believe, but it is possible to have a vision that goes beyond the present to what I have promised. There's also a connection that needs care, set limits that must be followed, styles that need to be broken. You've put up with things that you shouldn't have. Put up with treatment that doesn't show how much I value you. Part of what I'm giving you strength for is the courage to make changes in that relationship. Not a harsh turn down, but good limits that keep what is wholly safe. In each of these places, you need to show different kinds of courage, but they all stand on the same base. Believe in me. Know that I am with you. Trust that I will love and be loyal, and know that nothing can take you away from my care. Then you can do things that seemed impossible before. Fear has no power over you when you are rooted in my love. I promise that anxiety will go away when you rest in my promises. When you walk in my strength, your doubt turns into action. Let me paint a picture of what's going on in your life at the moment. Picture a seed that has been buried deep in the ground for what seems like a very long time. From the seed's point of view, nothing seems to be going on. There's no light. There is no sign of growth. It might feel like it was forgotten. It could think that the promise that it would change into something beautiful wasn't true. But the seed music can't see the growth going on below the surface. It's getting roots. They have their feet in the ground. In this case, they are building the base that will support the plant when it grows. The darkness is not a sign of being alone. It's getting ready. This is where you are now. You are in a season that is hard to find, a season that seems to have been buried, a time of year when nothing seems to be happening. But I am doing deep work behind the scenes of your life that you can see. I'm getting to know your character better. I'm building up the foundation of your faith. I'm getting you ready for the time when you break through the surface and can be seen. When all that was made in the dark will be seen in the light. I decide when that big step forward will happen. I know just the right time for the roots to be deep enough. I know when the base is strong enough. I know when it's time for you to come out. You shouldn't try to change the time. You need to believe the gardener who put you there. Take in the food that I offer. Use the tools you have right now to grow. Even when you can't see the full effect of your growth yet, the big step forward will happen. There will be light. The fruit will show up. Please write Amen in the comments below if you think that this time of waiting is getting you ready for something bigger. You can agree with the promise that things you plant in faith will grow when the time comes. You are not the only one who gets this message. There are other people who want to hear the same truth that made you stronger. Jesus said in the Gospel of Matthew 9:37 that the harvest is plenty. Giving to this cause through Buy Me a Coffee is like joining the harvest. Your gift helps the truth get out there. It makes believers stronger. It gets to people who are quietly pleading for help. In Gospel of Luke 6:38, Jesus showed a kingdom exchange when he said, Give, and it will be given to you. What you let go of goes into God's plan, and what goes into God's plan grows. You are planting for salvation, restoration, and renewed faith when you buy a coffee. Now is your chance. Take a faith-filled step forward. Put your money into what God is building, and trust Him to breathe more than what you let go of. There are, however, first the faithful who wait in the ground. I also want to talk about how the enemy tries to make you lose your courage. He knows what I have planned for you. He knows what will happen when you obey Him. He knows the right people to bless because of your success. There's nothing he can do to make you feel safe, to keep you small, so you wouldn't be able to fully experience what I had planned for you. His moves are easy to guess once you know what they are. He tells lies that sound like the truth. He makes fears bigger than they really are. He tells you about past failures to make you believe that future attempts will also fail. He shuts you off so that you have to fight battles by yourself. There is hope for you, though. I gave you strong weapons. I told you the truth, which stands up to lies. I gave you the shield of faith, which can stop any flaming music arrow. My word is the sword of the Spirit that I gave you. You have everything you need for this battle. It's not really important to know if you have what you need. You have to decide if you will use what I have already given you. You can answer every lie the enemy tells with the truth from my word. When he says you're not worth anything, my word says you were made very well. People who say that you will always fail are lying. I promise that everything is going to work out for the best. I promise I will never leave you when he says you are alone. When he says things are hopeless, I promise that with me, anything is possible. A big part of the fight for your courage is the fight for your mind. The thoughts you give power to will affect how you feel and what you do. Keep your mind safe. Put the truth in it. Turn down lies before they get bigger. I want you to know something important about having faith and being brave. You don't have to wait to feel them before you act on them. You have to make those choices no matter how you feel. Being brave doesn't mean not shaking. It means moving forward even though your knees are shaking. Faith isn't not having any questions. It's believing even when you still have doubts. You might have to wait a long time if you wait until you feel brave to act. But if you do what you're told even when you're scared, courage will often follow. Often doing comes before feeling. A lot of the time, obedience comes before understanding. Doing brave things makes you more courageous. Taking the first step is rarely easy, because you have to take the first step before you know for sure that the path will hold you. But it's easier to take the next step after the first one, and seeing that the ground is level, than the next one. You don't realize how far you've come until you look back one day. Take one brave step at a time. You can now get the rest I promised you. It's not going to happen someday, now. Enter it. Take a deep breath in. Let it fill your heart like a warm blanket on a cold night. You have the peace that goes beyond understanding. It's your joy to know that you are loved. You have the confidence that comes from knowing I'll protect you. These are not prizes you have to work for. I give them away for free. Are you going to get them? I want you to trust me even more. Not because you didn't trust them before, but because there's more out there than you've seen or experienced. You are being asked to get closer to me, not because we were far away, but because deeper levels of relationship are still out there for you. I'm making you want things that only I can give you, not to make you angry, but to get you closer. Well, there is one reason for everything I do in your life, so that you can feel my love and presence more fully. There will be challenges on the way ahead. I won't act like something else. That person, on the other hand, is stronger than any problem. There will be some uncertainty on the way ahead. You are being led, though, by someone who knows the end from the beginning. There will be waiting on the way ahead. But the one who keeps you going never gets tired. I am in charge of your future, so you don't have to worry about it. I know what will happen to you because I decide what happens to people. I want to show you how my bravery will show up in the next few days. You will speak up when you used to be quiet, not in a mean way, not with pride, but in a quiet way of confidence. Words that were hard to say before will now be easy to say. The truth that you used to hide out of fear will be told to you with wisdom. This is how my courage sounds in your voice. You will also be able to make choices more quickly. You will no longer be paralyzed when you have to make a choice. Not because all of a sudden you know everything, but because you trust me to know what will happen. You will make choices based on the information you have access to, pray over them, and then move on without constantly second-guessing yourself. You will make my courage work through your will. You will start moving toward dreams you almost gave up on. Goals that didn't seem possible before will start to seem doable. You will be able to see the dreams you buried under disappointment again. Not because things have changed, but because you changed how you saw things. Through your vision, this is my courage. You will also start to set limits that you used to be afraid to do. The conversations you dreaded will happen in a calm and strong way. You will be given limits that you were afraid to set with love and clarity. Getting through your relationships with courage is what I do. All of these changes are linked to the courage I'm giving you right now. They are not the result of work by people. They are the natural way for you to show the courage I'm stirring up in you. Stay in touch with me. Stay close to the source. You will see these things happen. Let me talk to you about how to keep this courage in music alive once it comes out. The enemy will not just ignore you because you got brave. In fact, he might attack more strongly now that he knows you are a threat. He will remind you of times when you failed. He will set up situations that are meant to bring up old fears. He is going to whisper lies right into the areas where you made progress. You need to be ready for this. Keeping in touch with me is the key to staying brave. Not a single moment goes away, but a relationship that is alive and grows every day. Right now, the courage I give is enough. Though you will need more courage for new tasks, more strength for new fights, faith that is renewed for new trials. This is why I want you to keep coming to me in times of trouble, but as a normal part of life. Picture it like breathing. You don't just take one deep breath and try to get through the day that way. You breathe all the time, breathing in and out. Music. Getting what you want, letting go of what you don't need. What we have together is meant to stay the same. Connection all the time, always being in touch. Renewal on time. You will never run out of things to do when you live this way. You will never use your strength from yesterday to deal with problems today. You will always have new supplies, always brand new gear. Recently encouraged all the time. I'm also putting people around you. Being with other brave people makes you braver. I'm putting people in your life who will help you grow in your faith. People who tell the truth when there are a lot of lies around. People who will help you remember what I promised when you can't remember it anymore. There is a reason for these connections. These events are divine appointments, placements that are planned. Get what you need for your trip. Do not push them away. Hurts from the past shouldn't make you turn down healthy relationships. Don't stay alone out of fear of being vulnerable. You will have the courage to let other people in with the courage I give you, to agree to get help. Being honest with people you trust is important. Isolation is what the enemy wants to do. I love my community. What I'm doing in your life also has something to do with your generation. The courage I give you will have an effect on your children and grandchildren, years that you might never meet. When you pick bravery over fear, you may break family habits that have been going on for decades. People watch you as an example of faith when you trust me when things are uncertain. When you choose to be brave instead of shy, you allow everyone around you to do the same. Think about what you're leaving behind. When you make a brave choice, you leave something in the future. Every fear you get rid of takes away something that could have been passed down. Every battle you win protects land that your children and grandchildren will not have to fight for. The impact of your bravery will last long after you're gone. Also, keep in mind that being brave does not mean you are not smart. I'm not telling you to do something dangerous. Don't think that I want you to ignore real problems. When there is divine courage, there is also divine wisdom. A strong faith is balanced by careful thought. I'm not telling you to be stupid when I tell you to be brave. Allow yourself to trust me enough to do what I say, to move forward when I tell them to. The fact that something is done is what makes it brave or stupid. Being foolish means acting on impulse. Courage acts because it comes from God. Being foolish means ignoring the results. Courage knows there will be consequences, but it trusts me to handle them. Pride makes people act stupid. Faith gives people courage. When you walk with real courage, you will feel peace that your path is the right one. You will feel uneasy when you act in foolishness that you call faith. Figure out how to tell the difference. So, my beloved child, be brave. As you enter this season, have strong faith and trust. Know that I am stronger than all your fears and face them. Fight your battles with the knowledge that you will win. Take care of your family, knowing that I'll keep them safe. Trust provision, knowing that I am the one who gives. Know that I am always with you, and rest in my presence. This is the life I want you to live. This is the freedom I'm giving you. In your spirit, I am giving you this courage. Take it. Use it to walk in. You should let it change you from the inside out. Write "I choose courage" in the comments if you are ready to move forward with bravery instead of fear. Make it your personal promise that from now on, you will trust me more than your fears. People who trust me without question are what the world needs. The world needs people who have faith in spite of their fears. The world needs people who rest in what I have done for them instead of trying to do things on their own. As my child, the world needs you to show the courage I gave you. Tell someone who needs to hear this message if it touched your heart. To get this blessing, type Amen in the comments. Sign up for this channel to make sure you don't miss any messages. Share this video so that other people can find hope. You're not going through this journey by yourself. Some people need the same truths. What you've been given should become the start of what you give. Amen. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional. But your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.